Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Moving to Night City. This show is a Cyberpunk RED build show where I take people, places, and things from other franchises and bring them into the universe of the tabletop role-playing game Cyberpunk RED. During this episode, I bring the Warden from Minecraft into the world as a new type of armor. Enjoy! And there we go. That's our buddy, the Warden. Just gonna go to the Minecraft wiki page to make sure that we get our defining features and details right. So let's see, first I guess with behavior, I'm just gonna copy and paste this from the wiki. Extremely powerful hostile mob, I don't need these links. Summoned by Skulk Shriekers in the Deep Dark biome. Because it does deal the strongest melee damage of all mobs. Like, mostly, if you get hit by this thing, you're probably dead in a single strike. It also, so it has a melee attack. It also has a sonic boom that pierces through obstacles. So I want to put that down. They are completely blind and rely on vibration, smell, and touch to detect players and mobs. So there's our defining, I think those might be our defining features. Apparently they are immune to damage from fire or lava. I did not realize. So let's add that in there. And then, of course, I also forgot that the Warden also has a darkness effect. If you are nearby. So we're going to add that as well. So let's take a look at our build options. And this time I am going to go through the checklist. I haven't gone through the checklist in a hot minute. But I am going to go through it for this one. I'm going to start at the bottom of my list. Alright, so first I have weather. And I don't know that I could do a darkness weather effect. I don't know how entirely how that would work. I would have to search. I have to do some heavy like meteorology searching. With the sonic boom attack though, I feel like if there was like not quite an eclipse, but definitely a sort of like heavier storm, we already have that. So I don't know that it could be a weather effect, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna put weather with a question mark. I'm not certain about that. As for weapon is next on my list. It does have a the sonic boom attack. that instantly strikes the target, piercing through obstacles. So it could be a ranged weapon if we really want. The Warden for vehicle. Vehicle is next. The Warden has a vehicle. That could be cool. I think definitely a land vehicle. And then we could add some sort of sonic attack to go through obstacles, to break walls as you're driving. Immunity to fire. Maybe it could have like some smoke grenade action, so it's, you know, difficult visibility. That's possible. I don't see the Warden as this type of sport. It could be an instrument. Especially with like a sonic boom, it could be like a type of amp, maybe. A generic piece of gear. So generic gear. Generic piece of gear. So if I look at the core rulebook, trying to get to the gear list. Just general gear. Okay, so things like agents, computers, disposable cell phones, duct tape, rope, equipment, that sort of thing. I don't know what, like, I don't see the Warden being a piece of general gear. Doesn't fit for me. You know what? For ranged weapon, I'm also gonna put like a type of grenade. You know, it could be a TV show. The Warden as there's different types of TV shows that could be. I'm thinking like not my first thought was like as following a high level exec who's, you know, constantly like firing lower people or going around sabotaging? Maybe a spy show? I don't know. There's things we could do. The Warden as a drug, whether street drug or pharmaceutical, would be next. Don't think so. Maybe. What if... I'm thinking something maybe akin to Berserker. I don't know if that would work though. I was thinking it would increase your basic brawling damage by a d6. So I guess it would be like a steroid type drug. Kind of like, you know what I think of? I think of like Bane from Batman. You know, you press the button, the liquid goes in, he bulks up, he does more things. The only thing is it would have the very serious side effect of you would be blind while using it, because wardens are blind, so that would have to factor in. Now there is cyberware that has like a sensor. There are a couple sensors where it's, you know, there's the olfactory boost, which increases your sense of smell, and there is another one that lets you feel vibrations in the ground. So you could, like, there is cyberware enhancements to allow you to work with it. We could do a street drug. The Warden could be, I guess, a pharmaceutical that is fire reduction / prevention, which is a very small aspect of the Warden, but I guess we will throw it on the list anyway. Next would be drones. We could do it two ways, I feel like, if we did a drone. We could have a demolition drone. Or kind of a sentry drone, if that was the way we wanted to go. Okay, so next on the list are cyberdeck programs. Because we could do non-black ice or black ice programs depending on what we're doing. Non-black ice is what we did for Nightcrawler. So there's a boosters which improves your abilities in the net while res. I don't see the Warden doing that. The Warden does not help. Well, well, it doesn't help the person. I don't think. Again, unless we wanted to make the program negate fire. Defender stops. Defender non-black ice stops or reduces attacks of programs. Definitely don't think it does that. There are attacker non-black ice programs, which are designed to damage or disable netrunners or programs. So I suppose a Warden could be an attacker program. But I don't really see it as a... Oh no, maybe. Because there is, I'm looking at it, there is a Hellbolt attack program, which is anti-personnel, so it's not anti-ice. But it does 2d6 directly to the enemy netrunner's brain, unless insulated. Their cyber deck catches fire, along with their clothing, until they spend an enemy action to put themselves out. So we could do that, but I feel like it's probably going to be a black ice program, because then they kind of sit there and they think on their own. So let's say it is we could make it a black ice program. I'm not sure. I guess it could be a cyber deck too. A type of cyber deck. I don't know that it would do anything overly special though. I think I prefer it as just a black ice program. Oh no, we could do a cyber deck. And then if you log in, maybe when you log in as the cyber deck, With the Warden Cyber deck, you gain immunity to fire damage. Ooh. Hello, sorry. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the sub. 6 months. Has it been that long? Oh my goodness. Welcome in. Currently looking at the Warden from Minecraft and trying to bring that into Cyberpunk RED and slowly going through my checklist of options. Currently on cyber decks. I think we could do a cyber deck for that. Next is cyberware. Could be a type of linear frame, I guess. Okay. Yes, that would be under boardware. I think we could do a linear frame maybe as like, boardware linear frame. I'm just gonna add that here so I don't forget. I think that's good for cyberware. The Warden is a type of armor. We could absolutely do. That could have some really cool effects. I don't know. I know we talked about possibly as an agent. I don't see how. Just looking at its features, I don't think an agent's the right. Fit, we'll say. The Warden as an animal or pet could be real fun. Real scary, real fun. As for a location, you know, I could kind of see it as like an escape room. Okay. And then I guess last is the giant list of like people. My massive list of people. I don't see the Warden as a gang. They could very easily be a cyber psycho. Especially with like the Panzer, Panzerfaust martial art. A government official or politician, I don't see. Not a corporation. And if I look through the roles, it could make them into a solo. I think a solo would work well. I think we have better, I should say better, more unique options, more interesting options with our other sort of list of build ideas here. So what do we want to turn the Warden into? What makes the most sense for, if we're looking at the features that we have, like all this giant list of defining features and what we can move it into. Again, I don't think weather is the way to go. We could, but I don't think weather is the way to go. Weapons are always fun, but I'm more inclined to do armor if I'm going to make one or the other. I think I'm tempted to do armor, honestly. Because you could do multiple things with that. We're going to make it into a piece of armor. And it's going to be one of those pieces that are head and body combined. Like, you can't separate the two pieces. Okay, so if I look at Firebrand bunker gear, flak armor isn't bought in two pieces, must always be worn on both. When repaired, both pieces are repaired at the same time. When the armor is worn, the user is immune to being damaged by fire. And cannot be set on fire, which is one of the things we wanted to do because wardens are immune to fire and lava. The helmet comes with a built-in gas mask. They can choose to slide down and activate without an action. If the gas mask is activated, the user is immune to effective toxic gases, fumes, all other similar dangers. In addition, the armor comes with an oxygen tank hooked up to the gas mask, which contains 30 minutes of air before the tank must be refilled. So that sounds like a great place to start. Let's build on the Firebrand bunker gear. We're just gonna change it, like we're just gonna update it a little bit more. Must always be worn both the air body and head locations, like it's one solid piece. Actually, just put that as a note. Repair both pieces are repaired at the same time. That is true as well. And we're going to say when worn, users may be damaged by fire. I don't know if we need the mask to give them oxygen or gases and fumes. I think that part we're going to leave behind until unless we figure out a reason that they may need it, but I think that's not a thing we want right now. So with the helmet makes the user blind. Helmet comes installed with the olfactory boost. Is that what it's called? Yes, olfactory. Comes installed with the olfactory boost and tactile boost. Yeah. And then I think the last thing we wanted, because the Warden is extremely powerful. Like, if you get hit by this thing, chances are you're not lasting 2 hits. You may, if you have armor on, you may survive 1. But you're not gonna last 2. Whether it's a melee attack, whether it's their sonic screech. Chances are the sonic screech are not going to survive that first hit. Let's see. I'm trying to look. I'm looking at linear frames. Would it? Can it come with a linear frame so that any brawling damage or martial arts damage is therefore increased? Now, I don't have to put everything from the Warden into into this piece of armor, but we'll see what we can put and then maybe reduce from there. So the Warden has, like, they have their melee attacks, they have the sonic boom attack. And then, of course, they also have that darkness, that radial darkness. And I think I would rather have that component than higher damage, like a consistent, I guess what it would be, a consistent smoke grenade effect? Only because, like, if you're a person who puts on this armor and you have a linear frame and you have all these other things, like, you have ways of, you know, dealing damage. If this is just going to be armor, I'm going to take the other aspects, I think, from the Warden, not their attacks. So is smoke grenade like the only, it's not the only type of visual limiter we have? Time area, that's fine. It would be centered on them. Is there a way we can do this? I think smoke is the best we can do. When worn with an action, I'm gonna say with an action, the user can deploy the, do this. Smoke defense, let's go with that for now. Effect, smoke is centered on, say, yeah, for 1 minute on impact, and moves with them. Smoke outside the, it's 10 meters, 10 meter area, disperses in one, oops, round. This defense mechanism lasts for, okay, smoke grenade lasts for a minute. Do I want it to last longer? Part of me is like, I don't think you need it to last longer than a minute. Because that's an insane amount of turns. So it can last the same. It just moves with the person. And then I think once used, I guess the canister is depleted and must be reloaded? Sure. Before used again. So I realize this also means that we need to come up with like a... It's essentially smoke grenade without like the explosive part, right? It just releases the gas. So once that grenade in quotes is used up, you would just replace it. Fairly straightforward. There's no DV, it's just the penalty is a -4. I'd say for tasks using, you know, eyesight, obviously, because we don't want our person to be affected by it, but we've got the olfactory and tactile boost for that exact reason. You know what? I can see that the helmet comes installed with the olfactory boost, but maybe the boots are installed with a tactile boost that sends the data to the helmet. Because I'm reading the tactile boost, and you need to use like your sense of touch, so the hand has to be touching the surface. And while you're doing that, the hand can't be used for anything else. I don't know that I want to have to like take an action in order to sense where someone is. So if it's built into the boots are doing like the soles of the boots are doing the sensing, you would know. Although I may limit the range to 10 meters instead of 20. Because that's essentially, it's like within the range of the smoke, right? And wardens are like super, super hardy. So I'm okay with the penalty being, I think I'm okay with the penalty being a -4. Because I think I'm gonna put the SP up to 18. Very similar to Metal Gear. Or not very similar, exactly the same as Metal Gear. Or do I want to drop it to flak, which has the same penalties? But would be significantly cheaper. Flak is a stopping power of 15. Can be tech upgraded to 16 if you wanted. Same penalties, but it costs 500. Or Metal Gear, which is an 18, which could be tech upgraded to 19, is 5,000. And if I look at the bunker gear, which is flak plus immunity to fire and has that oxygen stuff built in, it goes up to 1,000. So Warden armor, if we do it with metal, like Metal Gear with SP of 18, it's going to be more than 5. It's going to be at minimum 5,000. You're still going to be slow. But you're beefy. And then, I mean, if you have, I mean, whatever ranged weapon you have, I mean, you necessarily don't even have to move close, right? That's the thing. So 15, if we treat it like flak, they can tech upgrade. They could also, I think, tech upgrade and reduce the penalty by 1, so it could be like a -3, if I recall correctly, if they needed to. How... No, we've added a lot in. It's that -4 reflex, right? That kind of... That's kind of rough. Oh, actually, you know what I just realized? The firebrand is 1,000, but that's doing head, that's flak, head, and body, which would be 1,000 total. It's not bad. Okay, so the tactile Bazil factory boosts. Oh, those are like 200 each. I'm fine with that. Smoke grenade is 100. And you have to replace the canister. So. I think we just, if we do it flak, it's 1,000 EV. And you're gonna be. Honestly, hopefully you have like the body, the dexterity, I guess, and reflexes to handle anything that comes your way, or if things are running from you to harm them. Now, granted, anything in smoke gets a -4 penalty, so that kind of puts you on par with dex if you're in melee, right? Unless they have cyber eyes. I think this is good. I don't think we need to add anything more to this. So and then in the description, obviously, it would be this cool kind of dark blue teal color vibe. I feel like when you close it, it's got the little mouth thing, and the helmet's got those the ears, and that's partially how it senses vibrations. Well, that's how it listens to sound. I know ours are in the boots, but maybe we can put the ears from the Warden on the boots, like little wings, but not quite. I like it as a suit of armor. But for basic 1000 EB armor, it's pretty good. I think that is pretty good. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Moving to Night City, as I brought the Warden from Minecraft into the world of Cyberpunk RED. If you made it to the end of the video, type Ancient City in the comments. In the next video, I'll be bringing the Elytra from Minecraft into the world. If you're interested in full, lightly edited videos of the entire livestream, they are available to select Patreon members and release 1 week early. If you'd like to become a member and support me as a content creator, you can do so by heading to patreon.com/Jesper. If you'd like to keep up with me and my other content, you can do so via Blue Sky. That's all for this episode of Moving to Night City. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and until next time, meow for now.